Okay. Do I have a fucking update? But first I want to say, I'm back, bitches! But I didn't really even go anywhere. Now, if you're confused as to who I'm talking to, then I'm definitely not talking to you. But if you are not confused, because the bitches do know who they fucking are, of the male kind and of the female kind, I didn't really go anywhere because you see, the thing you need to understand is I don't actually like being miserable, unlike yourselves. So I go on break. And for these next 2 days, I'm going to be doing some research. Like, for example, how your so-called strike looking pretty fake to me. I mean, you could easily prove that I'm wrong, but that would require actual filing with the National Labor Board. Because I looked up on that website, because it's like, I don't know nothing about strikes. I know nothing about strikes. But I do know you actually have to do a formal filing process to do it. And it's like, so why, when I looked up the SAG-AFTRA strike, and then I looked up some things on the national, I keep going shorthand, looking up on the National Relations Board, didn't really find anything that indicated those you're striking against. Because you're officially striking against the AMPTP. Yes? But what I really found was nothing that really indicated y'all striking AMPTP. Now, there are some filings, but I'm pretty sure those filings have nothing to do with the strike at hand. And then even this whole thing about movies and TV shows that have this interim agreement, a lot of them are looking really fake, actually. But no surprise. Because unfortunately, the way that this messed up country that is called the United States is, there are certain things that are not a crime to lie about, just as long as you are not the one. So, for example, you as a reporter can lie about there's a strike going on. You cannot say that there's a strike there's a strike going on and you're a member of it without having filed to the board. I haven't seen any indication of the WGA strike. I haven't seen anything in regards to the SAG-AFTRA strike. And I'm not saying that there aren't people picketing. Doesn't have to say that there aren't people picketing, but if they are, they're picketing illegally. Because they're not supposed to do that shit without having some kind of formality. Just gonna go out there that the whole strikes going on with these two are just fake, and they're supposed to conveniently make a lot of celebrities look like that they are not working right now. For example, Hugh Jackman, who is somewhere in the UK with his lovely wife. He has not been in the United States. Ryan Reynolds is not in the United States either. But you know who's in the United States if Wikipedia has not been compromised so thoroughly? Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife. She may be in New Jersey. But that depends on how much Wikipedia has been compromised, because it's been compromised very much so. I'm not saying that Wikipedia has ever been the true source of information, but it's it's this encyclopedia to go to. Because where else do we go? We don't really go to Britannica. Because, for example, of it being compromised. But we'll see how long it takes for them to change this shit. But don't worry. To the liars and deceivers, I made sure to take pictures. So, you can try to change it all you like. But we both know it's a lie. But anyway, on Wikipedia that talks about AMPTP, it acts like that there are over 80 bargained agreements across the board. I went to the official website, it's 58. Very stark difference here. 58 is nowhere close to 80. Closer to 60, but not closer to 80. Missing about 20 more numbers. Unfortunately, the AMPTP website doesn't list everyone they have agreements with. But if it's 58, then it's definitely not as many as indicated. As on Wikipedia. Another thing is trying to act like Chris Hemsworth and Emily Blunt managed to have one whole month of pre-production training for the Huntsman Winter's War in 2015, because I have a picture. By the time you're listening to this video, if I already posted it, there's this picture of Emily Blunt, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans, right? I highly suspect this photo was taken in sometime in September at the Toronto Film Festival, because Chris Evans has not gotten married. I don't know whether he's single or not, and that is totally his fucking business, but what I do know is that he has never been with Alba Baptista. He is not married to her, and the internet is so full. People behind all this shit is so full of bullshit that they have suppressed any photos taken of him that is not anywhere in Portugal, in Massachusetts, and hopefully he has avoided the entire state of Georgia. So any photos of him have been highly suppressed. But luckily, they messed up on that whole bullshit because he went out of his way to delete his social media, so they can't throw fake pics of him on his social media anymore. With that said, Baptista, girl, you're going to have to prove that you are not involved in this bullshit. Because from what I've understood, everybody's shit is being messed with, but not yours. Why is that? Like, they legit went into... I'm so sorry, Elsa. I cannot say your last name. I'm so sorry. They went into Elsa Pataki's and Chris Hemsworth's accounts to make these two look like they're on different vacations, right? They went into Sophie Turner's and Joe Jonas's accounts to put fake photos. To even make it seem like these two are divorcing. But your account they didn't really fuck with, even though they had the opportunity to fuck with it, to put those fake photos that are on Evan's account onto your account. So I need you to step up to the plate to prove that you were actually innocent, because that is highly suspicious to me. I would love to be wrong. But there are a lot of bitches running around here. One of them named Natalie Viscuso. But in any case, Chris Evans, single, not single, I don't fucking know. He's just not married. Hugh Jackman, he is still gladly married to his wife. They are both in the fucking UK. Sophie Turner is with her husband, Joe Jonas. And y'all bitches can try to act like, and even maybe try to get NBC and Fox News into this shit. NBC and Fox News, hey, how you doing? Really? I mean, it's no surprise that you're involved in this shit, but do you really want to bank your reputations on this shit? If the answer is yes, then you are stupid. You're stupider than them, because you had the opportunity to see how much their lying is fucking them up. And you had the opportunity to not get involved. But you decided, hey, let's get involved. Because here's the thing that all y'all bitches don't seem to understand. A lie isn't you get a whole bunch of people to believe it. A lie is if it actually happened or not. A lie is an opposition of the truth. You can get 1 billion people to believe on your bullshit. That doesn't mean that what happened is true. This isn't fucking fan fiction. You can't make people show up where they've never been. You can't make people divorce if they've never gotten a divorce. You can't make people marry if they've never gotten married. You can lie about that shit. Try to get a whole bunch of people to believe that shit. But it's always going to be a fucking lie. And it shows how stupid you are. Considerably even more so if you are parents. That I have to explain to you what a lie is. What kills me is no one likes lies being made of them. But there are those of y'all who are way too fucking miserable and hate yourself so much. So you have to make everybody else feel what you're suffering. Nah, bitch. You can stay in the corner by your own self and stare at the wall thinking about all the ways that you fucking hate yourself. You leave the rest of us out of it. Just because you have low self-worth and have no respect for yourself doesn't mean you gotta project that shit onto everybody else. Focus on your own issues, bitch. So, I'm not fucking done. Because let's talk about Argylle, right? So I wanted to get more information about that. And I don't have all the information, but this is what I'm thinking. Well, actually, let me back up before I talk about Argylle. So, I am planning, I don't know when this is going to happen, but I am planning a meetup with Miley Cyrus someday. I don't know when, but this I could be totally wrong about this, but I have a guess. I have a guess that Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth are still together, and they actually have a kid or two. I could be totally wrong. But I don't trust anything that's being displayed by basically anything on the internet. So, just gonna wait for that meetup with her just to see if I'm right or wrong. Because I'm willing to be wrong about shit. What I'm not willing to do is fucking make up lies about people just because I'm a piece of shit and I never grew up from high school. But if it is true, that's like really fucked up. Imagine being a whole ass, real ass baby and nobody knows you exist. By the way, to Liam Hemsworth, hi, I'm off your neck. I'm sorry. I know you will do well with The Witcher. And you better do well with The Witcher. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about Argylle. Argylle. Need to do more research, but I am pretty sure that is a AI filled project. Reason why I think it's an AI filled project is because Henry was not available to do it. I know this man's schedule a little too well now. I know his itinerary. He was already in pre-production for Enola Holmes 2. He was doing interviews. He was wrapping up Witcher Season 2. And he was doing physiotherapy. He didn't have the fucking time to do Argylle. In fact, pretty sure they didn't even fucking call him. So they used his image and his name without getting a contract from him. Now all I need is Millie to show up and be like, this is slavery! But we're going to get into that, what I just joked about in a minute. But Argylle is based off of my work. Which is funny because my work has nothing to do with spy shit. It's fantasy romance. But Ellie Conway managed to not make a book in all this time. This thing was announced 2021, and she hasn't made a book in all this time. Ellie Conway doesn't fucking exist. I'm speaking on something I 100% know. Authors, we have to promote ourselves the same way that actors have to promote themselves in regards to their work. So you may not always see our faces, but you will get a bio. You'll get an idea of where we live. We have websites. We may not have social media. But the point is, people should have been able to get information about this author. And it's not some meta thing. they were relying on my third book, Lycan, to come out. So many people were relying on my third book, Lycan, to come out. Ooh, the amount of just stress they must have felt when it didn't come out when it happened. Huh? Like, I'm not fucking beholden to any of y'all. I don't work for any of you bitches. So, if I fucking wanted to, I could make sure my book doesn't come out until 10 years from now. 20 years from now. What you gonna do, bitches? Fortunately, I'm not that kind of petty because I did this work for me, not for any of you bitches. But you do need to fucking understand, you're not in fucking control. I don't owe any one of y'all shit. So, you can sit there and act like sulky bitches that you are, but it's not going to make me write my book faster. It's not going to make me publish my book any fucking faster. If you wanted me on a deadline, you should have paid me, bitches. Should have actually struck up a conversation, bitches. And I'm going to make sure that you pay good money before you ever try to steal my work, bitches. I'm running out of time, so what else I say? So, Argylle is completely fraudulent because Ellie Conway doesn't exist, and Penguin Random House was basically made up a false book to get in that money with Apple. And since we're talking about publication, let us move on to Millie. Millie has nothing to do with that book called 19 Steps. They used her name. There is no fucking contract. There's no royalty agreement. None of that. So even though I said it as a joke, it's fucking true. And I hope Millie Bobby Brown gets to be as feisty and saucy and cursing up like a fucking sailor because I don't know how movies go, but I know one thing about books. Books are a fucking pain to create. And there actually has to be agreements followed. So if you don't actually have a fucking agreement saying that you can use her fucking name, you are definitely liable to be sued, especially since y'all been posting pictures of her with this book, indicating that she is associated with this book. And to Millie, don't let anybody tell you you have no fucking legal rights. Because they're going to definitely try to rely on you being young. Thus, you don't know better. 19 years old, you are a fucking adult. On that note, Millie's not getting married anytime soon. She's not getting married anytime soon. So, that's been my video. I'm now going to set fire to TikTok.